what turned out to be a search for bluebonnets and other wildflowers of the season turned into something a little bit more. Welcome everyone to TMOLR Texas. When I woke up this morning, I had the undying need to see some bluebonnets today. It's been a year, basically, since I've seen some bluebonnets. And yes, maybe I am a little weird because I love bluebonnets. And I love the time period that we find ourselves in. The weather is kind of becoming more mild, more rain, beautiful skies, plants are growing, wildflowers are out, and it's bluebonnet season. So I had to go and find some, and I knew exactly where I needed to go. I knew I needed to go to Austin County and find these fields of bluebonnets. Along the trip, I decided to go ahead and go all the way into Brenham. And that wasn't on the agenda for today. It was to find some bluebonnets and just go on about my day. But I'm really glad that I did stop in Brenham. And it's a place we will be going back to. But I had to show the downtown area and, of course, the Bluebell Creamery. Even though it's a Sunday and it's not open, it's really a cool place just to kind of look around. And I was surprised with a few of the things that I saw there. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. I am standing in front of the Washington County Courthouse here in Brenham, Texas. Now today's video, or today's excursion, started off with me just looking for patches and fields of bluebonnets and Indian paintbrush and all the wonderful wildflowers that start springing up around this time, and decided to take 36 into Austin County, and we'll get a lot of those bluebonnets on the way back. I did find some great spots to take some video and pictures, but went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and drive into Brenham. And also, this is going to kind of serve as a backdrop, maybe a teaser for what's going to be happening on the 13th of next month of April. And we will be visiting the Bluebonnet Festival in Chapel Hill. My brain just stopped for a second. But we're going to look at a couple of the markers that we've got here in front of the courthouse here in Brenham. And the first one is very, very interesting. This is Washington County. Washington County was the most populous in the state during the Civil War. It served as a center for production, warehousing, transportation, and communications, and had a large quartermaster depot. Local wartime factories made spinning jennies, lumber, pots, kettles, wagons, and military ambulances or army ambulances. Government cotton was held in Brenham, one of 4 state depots. From here, wagons and carts hauled it to Mexico to exchange for vital military and civilian supplies. Brenham, terminus of rail connections to Houston, was alive with troops, stagecoaches, and freighters. Here, The early morning train was met by a Pony Express operation that carried the Houston Telegraph to Austin so that the town's Gazette might publish the latest war news in the state capital. A Confederate paper shortage forced the Brenham Banner to suspend publication. In nearby Washington on the Brazos, however, Eva Lancaster never missed an issue, printing the Texas Ranger, while her husband and 2 sons spent 4 years fighting for the South. Cavalry, infantry, and artillery units from Washington County fought on all fronts during the war. Wall's Legion, organized and trained in the county, and Brenham served as headquarters for the Reserve Corps of Texas. Additionally, General Jerome Robertson of Independence led the celebrated Hood's Texas Brigade for 17 months. And this placard was erected in 1965. So pretty interesting right there. There's a lot of not only just Texas history, but there's Civil War history in Washington County as well. And I lived in Brenham for better part of 4 years, and one thing that really stuck out to me about Brenham is it's very much still a small town, but it is definitely growing into a pretty nice city. And we'll take a look a little bit going out of town, how the town is growing. But one thing that really stuck out to me in my time in Brenham is how vibrant the downtown area is. And we are standing in downtown right now. We're going to do a little bit of a walk around, and you'll see it's a Sunday. Church is let out probably about maybe an hour ago, and you'll see that a lot of the businesses are open. There are people shopping locally, eating locally, and supporting these local businesses, and which I think is just absolutely fantastic. So we've got another historical marker here. I'm not going to crawl on the grass just because it's probably not the right thing to do, but I'm going to turn the camera and I'll read that to you as we go along here. So right there, Washington County Courthouse, built in 1940 with funds granted by the Public Works Administration. This is the 4th courthouse to serve Washington County since its formation in 1835. Constructing during the tenure of County Judge Sam Lowe, the massive white limestone courthouse was designed in the Art Modern style. I can't read today. Details of that style include the light fixtures and cast aluminum eagles at the entries. The building stands as a symbol of Washington County government. So we're going to take a little bit wider shot of the courthouse here, and you can see the eagle up there at one of the entrances, and you do have the clock there at the top. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a walk around downtown, and it's just a really cool town. You got a pool hall, which is right here. Legends. Spent quite a few hours in there. And you can see the mural there on the side of the building. We got the Washington County Courthouse Annex, and it's 100 South Park. And no, I'm not a fan of South Park, the cartoon. Another eagle there at one of the entrances of the courthouse. Got that really cool gazebo. And Brenham does a lot of really cool things when it comes to just getting the people out and doing fun things. They every summer they have a music festival and all kinds of really cool things going on. Really cool places. got another marker here, and this one's the Brenham Manifest, or Mayfest, I'm sorry, Brenham Mayfest. Again, I can't read today. Brenham Mayfest has evolved from the German Volksfest, a spring festival carried into this area by German towns who settled near Brenham. When the Brenham Fire Department assumed the duties of Volksfest Association in 1880, the exclusively German celebration was open to the public, and the name Mayfest was adopted. With the exception of 3 years during World War I, the fire department organized the annual festival from 1880 until 1942. Discontinued during World War II, Mayfest was revived in 1948, and by 1951 the Mayfest Association was established, with proceeds from the festivities designed for the young people of Brenham. Mayfest activities began in February with a serenade and presentation of the Mayfest Queens and Kings. Later on May weekend, the Mayfest royalties selected for outstanding leadership from among the city's young people are formally crowned in Fireman's Park. The weekend concludes with dances, parades, and a May festival with food, games, and demonstrations. Many of the early German traditions are still visible in the annual Brenham Mayfest. This cultural continuity, practiced for more than 100 years, proves an important historical link to a rich heritage. And this was erected in 1983. And again, like I said, it's a Sunday, and there are cars lined up at a lot of these locally owned businesses. Now, one that really just, I can't say enough about this one place, is Yum's. Now, I haven't been to Brenham and walked around the town in quite some time, but Yum's, and hopefully it's still in business. It does look like it is, but Yum was the place to come get some of the best, absolute best sandwiches, great pizza. And right next to it, they've got a for lack of a better term, we'll call it a soda fountain, and they have a, for all you Shiner fans, they do have a Shiner Bock gelato that is absolutely phenomenal. And I had my share of the Shiner Bock gelato. Here's another Texas marker. Texas Confederate County Commissioners Courts, composed of a Chief Justice, now County Judge, and 4 county commissioners. These elected governing boards directed vital Civil War programs, provided arms, clothing, and horses and saddles for troops coming from the county, gave aid to wartime factories, obtained and distributed to soldiers' families scarce medicine, food, cloth, salt, and cotton and wool cards. County patrols and home guards were set up in many counties and supplied lead, powder, guns, gun caps, and to guard against the enemy, Indians, and bandits. Funds were raised by issuing bonds and scrip and assessing a special war tax on the property. Tax credits were given to citizens for contributions to soldiers' dependents. Unbranded cattle were gathered and sold to benefit orphans and widows. Rich, heavily populated Washington County through its court financed hospitals in Hempstead and Chapel Hill. Contracted the making of Army uniforms, bought kegs of powder, and held gun inspections to maintain home defenses. Printed county scrip in 50-cent, $1, $2, and $3 bills. Established at Old Mount Vernon a camp of instruction, and in Brenham a soldier's home. Judges, commissioners, and other dedicated public officials did much to strengthen the Texas war effort. And as you can tell, it's fairly windy today, but we're gonna get through this, I promise you. Excuse me there. And there's number 3 of our aluminum eagles above entrance doors here at the courthouse. And some more of the downtown area here. The Longhorn Saloon and Restaurant, very cool place. You can go get a really good steak there. Some more of the downtown area. And one more of the eagles there. And as we kind of drive through Brenham, or as I drove through Brenham earlier, a lot of things have changed in the probably 5-6 years that it's been since I've actually done anything of note or spent any length of time in Brenham. And we're back to where we started. And I do enjoy this. I think this is great. A tribute to all veterans who served this great nation and to those who paid the supreme sacrifice for our freedoms. And you can see got the Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion, and the Disabled American Veterans represented there. And this is in remembrance of their supreme sacrifice. Robert Hardin Birch, City Marshal of Brenham from 1871 to 1914. Arthur Fisher, DPS Patrolman from 1906, he's a DPS Patrolman born in 1906 and died in 1932. Henry Robert Taylor, Brenham Police Department, was 31 years old at the time of his death. And Donald Ellis Wass, Washington County Sheriff's Office, and he was taken from this earth in 2006. So these are the peace officers that died in the line of duty, unfortunately. And just like with military, our law enforcement agencies serve a very important role in all of the counties in Texas and serve a very important role in history as well. So hats off to them. All right, so this is a little bit of the downtown area here in Brenham. It's alive, it's well. It seems to be doing really well. Because a lot of the downtown areas, especially when you get into older cities, I think Brenham's kind of an anomaly, but you don't see a whole lot of downtowns that are thriving. Most people don't come here and shop locally. We go to big box stores and things like that. So it's great to see this type of thing still happening in towns like Brenham. All right, so it would not be a trip to Brenham unless we at least take a quick look at the best ice cream in the country. And yeah, it's pretty much the only ice cream I will lay hands on, and that is Bluebell ice cream. So let's head on over towards the Bluebell Creamery. All right, as you can see, we are right here in front of the Bluebell Creamery. It is Sunday, so of course the country store is closed today, unfortunately. But we can at least get a view of what the grounds are like here. And it's not just a it's not just a slogan, it is the absolute best ice cream in the country. Visitor Center, and we will be coming back to the Bluebell Creamery. I will be reaching out to them to see if I can get like a guided tour or individualized tour of the creamery. They've got this nice little area here. Sit, and of course you've got Bell. This is really great. Bluebell ice cream. Okay, so here it says, since the early days of the creamery, E.F. Cruz and Sons Ed and Howard have guided the company with hard work and common sense approach to management. Today their basic values and principles are still found throughout Bluebell and provide a solid foundation for doing business in the old-fashioned way. Very cool there. And here, during World War II, Victory Gardens, also known as War Gardens, were planted at private homes and public parks to grow food for civilians and troops. This garden demonstrates that it does not take a lot of room to grow healthy vegetables. It also shows that many vegetables can be ornamental too. Plant a Victory Garden. You can see we've got lettuce. That one's not marked. I'm not sure what that is. Swiss chard, cabbage, kohlrabi. We've got broccoli, kale, ruby red Swiss chard, onion chives. These grow pretty wild in my grandmother's old yard. And we've got some more lettuce here, and the sign is right, they can be ornamental. It's quite beautiful. I really like how the flowers are coming up on the wild onions here. Green onions, as a lot of people tend to call them. And you can see over there we do have a old Bluebell Creamery's delivery truck. One last look at the grounds there, and like I said, we will be coming back to the creamery and hopefully get a chance to go inside and do a video just on Bluebell. I would love that. That'd pretty much make my day. All right, I hope y'all are enjoying this. It's like I said, Brenham has changed a lot in the years since I've actually driven around and looked at things, but it's still a pretty cool town. So tell you what, let's go ahead and get some video and pictures of the Bluebonnets, which I sorely needed to see. The drive up here was just really amazing. It did my heart well. So let's go find some Bluebonnets. What do you say? We are just inside Austin County, not far from Kenny, which we visited a few months ago, the Kenny store. But I had to stop on the side of the road here, right here on Highway 36, because this is one of the most beautiful sights that I think any Texan could see, anybody in the world could see. This is very much a painting, a picturesque type thing going on right here at this spot. So I'm going to turn the camera and give you a chance to look at the beauty that is the Texas bluebonnet and the Indian paintbrush. Got the livestock in the back. Got the stock tank or pond right there, and then a field full of bluebonnets and Indian paintbrush. Just right here, right along Highway 36. Just southeast of Brenham. This does my heart good. This is something that I look forward to every spring, and I hope that we have lots of moisture and precipitation during the winter months, so events like this can happen. And we're not far from the Texas Gulf Coast. We're less than an hour from what is considered the coastal plain. We're talking Harris County, Galveston County, Fort Bend, Brazoria, Matagorda. We're not that far. And you can see just in this little bitty area, less than an hour away, you have rolling hills. It's not flat. But this is absolutely 100% one of the most beautiful things on the face of the earth. This is God's hand. Now, there are probably a few of you out there that have the thought that maybe this guy's a little bit weird, maybe off his rocker, getting excited about bluebonnets and things of that nature, but it's part of who I am as an individual and as a Texan. I get excited when I see bluebonnets, and I truly do believe that where those bluebonnets are, just like anywhere else that is beautiful naturally, it is the hand of God, the creator of all things. And that's part of it, is it's the majesty of our creator. And when I see those bluebonnets, it's just something that it warms my heart. I swell with pride in being a Texan. And if you're maybe new to Texas, or you're visiting Texas during the springtime months when the bluebonnets and the paintbrush are out, I do want to put out a little bit of a PSA, a public service announcement. Rattlesnakes, especially western diamondbacks, tend to kind of hide in these bluebonnet patches. So if you're going out there to take a picture with family, or you see the pictures with the toddlers or the infants surrounded by bluebonnets, please be very, very alert and aware of your surroundings. The snakes are starting to kind of come out. It's getting warmer. They're coming in. They're going to be very abundant in Texas. We have a lot of western diamondback rattlesnakes that like to kind of hang out in these areas and make their home there. So if you are going to do these photo ops, please make sure that you're being very careful and aware of your surroundings. I want to thank everyone for watching today's video. I'm going to do a a little bit more when it comes to the Bluebonnets. Again, we will be going to the Bluebonnet Festival in Chapel Hill April 13th. That's coming up really, really quick. And I am super excited about that. Also, I will be reaching out to a couple of places there in Brenham. There's a couple of museums I would like to go to, and of course, maybe get inside of the Bluebell Factory and hopefully do some filming and on location stuff there. So, everyone enjoy the week coming up. I know it's a Sunday. These normally come out on Wednesday. The rain over the past couple of weekends has really put a damper on any kind of filming that I wanted to do. But we're going to get this one out today. So everyone enjoy your week. Thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Little Rage.